So the treaty's been ratified. When will returns begin?
Well, we will begin to detain people as they arrive on small boats before they can then be returned to France. Within a matter of days, those detentions will start as a result of this groundbreaking treaty coming into force. It means for the first time, people coming illegally on small boats can be returned, and in exchange, we will transfer people who've applied lawfully and who've been through proper security checks.
And the point of this scheme is to be a deterrent, yes?
Well, we want this to work to prevent boat crossings, but also it is actually the right thing to do. That if people have arrived through these dangerous, illegal small boats, we should frankly be able to return people to France, and the reasonable one-for-one exchange is where people have applied lawfully. They've gone through a proper legal process and proper security checks. On that basis only can they be transferred to the UK. So that principle of returning people illegally and taking people who've applied legally, I think, is an important one.
You're only going to return about 6% of people who arrive illegally. That means people have a 94% chance of staying if they cross the channel. It's not much of a deterrent, is it? Well,
this is a pilot programme and we expect it to build over time.
So will you return them all then by the end of the pilot? Will you be aiming to return all of them?
This is a pilot programme. We expect it to build over time and we want to increase the numbers, but we need to test the processes because this has never happened before. And I think it's right that principle of being able to return people who've arrived illegally by small boat, but to be able to take people in return on a one-for-one basis who've applied through a lawful process is the right one. Of course, we need to do it alongside stronger law enforcement, along other measures as well. But bear in mind, the Greece-Turkey returns arrangement only operated for a relatively short period of time, but actually had a very substantial impact. So that's why we want to test this process and be able to build on it.
Even if you up the numbers, around half of all asylum seekers who cross the channel end up being granted asylum. So again, they've got a 50-50 chance of actually being allowed to stay when they arrive. Probably worth crossing for a 50-50 chance, don't you think?
Well, those who arrive on small boats as part of this pilot programme will be returned. So that means that they will be detained initially and then be returned. They will not enter the UK asylum system. That's the important part of this pilot programme, and it's why it's so groundbreaking, because it means we're not having to wait while people go through the asylum system first. We're actually getting that immediate return system so that people can be immediately detained and then go through the process to return them.
Would you like all of them to be returned ultimately?
Well, we clearly want no one to be making this journey in the first place.
So all of them ultimately, is that the aim?
Well, we want to be able to increase this as much as we are able to.
What does that mean? That could mean sort of doubling it to 100 or so a week. What's the aim?
Well, we have not specified the overall numbers. There's no specified number agreed as part of the overall programme because we want to build it and we want to test it. This is groundbreaking. It's not been done before, and that's why we want to be able to build it. Already, I think we're seeing the impact of being able to say the principle is the right one, that if people are arriving, they can be detained and then they can be returned. That is the right principle. We want to build on that principle. And yes, frankly, we do want to be able to expand it in our approach more widely as well.